start by wishing you, John Walsh, good day to you, and thanks very much for taking part in this discussion with Pipers'Persuasion. I was just saying in a wee intro that I might keep that this is the first venture for me in Zoom. I usually sit in people's houses with cameras and talk to them and all that sort of thing. It's much easier, but we're in the lap of the gods here with... Anyway, moving on. I'm just going to hit you right away with your bagpipe business. And we'll do a few moments, or 5 minutes, or 10, however long it takes, for you to describe John Walsh bagpipes. So I read in your website that you do the Great Highland bagpipe, the small pipes, the practice chanters and the retro pipes, and of course my favourite, knowing you through other people from way back, was the shuttle pipes. Was that the first venture into manufacturing, or did you do other stuff before shuttle?
No, the shuttle pipe was the first thing I gave a go at.
Right.
That originated from a picture that I saw in Edinburgh Castle. Can't think of the guy's name. He's got a beard and he's playing what looked like a cylinder for a drone. And he's got the big broad-rimmed hat. And it turned out, which I didn't know, to be a musette. It's well, you see it all over the place. Once you know you see it, you kind of notice it.
Yeah.
And that sat with me when I was in Scotland. And when I came over here, I thought of something that would be really user-friendly, you know, a bag. And the idea was to use practice chanter reeds.
Okay.
So I thought, how can we do that? And then I remembered this cylinder thing. So I thought, well, we could try that. So I gave that a go, and it seemed to work okay.
Yeah.
And the idea was to have just a regular practice chanter, but again, it evolved a little bit more to be better in tune, and so that was the idea. And you could put it under your bed for 6 months and take it out, and it would still go, you know, which is what it does.
But that's the story about cold wind pipes, really, that they stay in tune quite well. Lay them down and pick them up a week later, and only takes you a moment or two to be back on song, sort of thing. Well, they were very popular shuttle pipes at that time, weren't they?
They were. They still are. I can't believe we've been making them since 19. No, when did we come down here? It's about 30 years.
Right.
We started off making them, and they just took off like hotcakes. And I was making them, and I was just by myself, and I was buying reeds in, and that was the idea, just regular reeds. And then it got to the point where I realised the practice chanter reeds are not very accurate. So you'd get a bunch of reeds that worked well, and the next time they wouldn't work. So I ended up messing around making my own reeds.
See, when you're talking about practice chanter reeds, are you talking cane reeds, or are you talking plastic?
Plastic. They're all plastic. That was the idea, all plastic reeds.
How many reeds did you have in the shuttle pipes then?
Well, it started off with a 2-drone, just a bass and a tenor.
Okay.
And then we added the 3rd drone for choice, which is an E. We tuned them to A, so they're in a pitch that's useful.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I discovered is for less, I don't want to put anybody down, but for the new piper perhaps, the drones over the shoulder, because they can't see them, it's a thing that it's kind of foreign to try and tune them.
Yeah.
But when they're across the front of you and you just move this slider up and down and they can see it, they could get them in tune a little bit easier than
it's yet another sense that's been brought into play to control the instrument, if you like.
Yeah, and they could get it to sound reasonable and put it down, and they didn't drown everybody out at a party. You know, you go to a party, somebody says, get the pipes out, and in 5 minutes there's only 2 people listening, you and the guy that asked if you'd play a tune. Everybody else is cleared off.
Funnily enough, I was playing the small pipes, the bellows pipes at New Year, and I found exactly opposite. It was probably my bad piping, right enough, but I found that after a wee while folk were talking over the top of it, you know.
Yeah.